Alright. I should be live, so let's go ahead and get started. How's everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing well, thanks for asking. Let's go ahead and get started. So yeah. Make sure Nightbot is working really quick. Before we go ahead and get started. Yep. Got a couple drinks with me. I got some of Kroger's tonic water. I've never had it before, so it's my first time having it. And a drink I've had many times before, probably too much, Diet Mountain Dew. So yeah. Let's go ahead and get started with this. That isn't good. But oh well. So yeah, I'm playing some WRC 8 today. As you can see. I've started looking for jobs again. I actually was so I'm not gonna go to grad school right now. At least in the fall, and actually instead look for jobs. So yeah. I'm looking for jobs right now, so I've started applying for jobs yesterday, because I mentioned this, I was in England from the June 6th to the 24th, well, I left on the 6th, and I came home on the 25th, so yeah, I want to take, like, the next week off, just relax, get rid of jet lag, that sort of thing, and so yeah, just sort of relax. And then I decided yesterday, well, I actually decided before then I was going to apply for jobs. So I thought it would be better for me. So I thought, you know what? Let me start looking for jobs. I actually informed the school. I actually decided to go to Arkansas Tech University, but I'm going to drink some of my. Hold on. I was supposed to go there, but I decided, you know what? Let me just apply for jobs. I'm going to drink some of my tonic water. I don't know how well y'all can see it. But yeah, so I decided, so this isn't good, but it isn't bad either. In my opinion. So yeah, I formed Arkansas Tech. That hold on. I'm not gonna go. I'm not ruling out getting a master's degree at all. Ooh, excuse me. I just thought I'd like a bit more experience. Excuse me, before actually getting a bit of working experience before I actually go to shoot. Before I actually want to get my master's degree, so. Shoot. I'm doing horrible. I almost combined the words terrible and horrible. How sad would have that? How sad would have that been? I'm not even sure I'm using proper grammar now. So, oh well. It has definitely been a while since I played this, so bear with me. But on the bright side, so by the way, sorry for starting a couple minutes late. On the bright side, it could be worse. At least I made it this far into the race. One of my favorite things to do in England was the War of the Worlds immersive VR experience. So essentially, the War of the Worlds immersive VR experience is based off the musical by Jeff Wayne, and you had these actors basically enact the story of the War of the Worlds. That's as if it were real, and you're basically a part of the show, and I'm sure if you can look it up online, it'll explain it far better than I ever could. But part of the show's in VR, but part of the show was actually live action. So the actors really acted well. So it was in London, England. I spent a night in Birmingham City, but I didn't get very many pictures of there. So yeah, I just took a picture. The one in my video is a picture of one of my favorite drinks in the whole world. So then I have another one on Instagram when I left the restaurant. So when I left the restaurant, I should say. I actually had a layover in Paris when I was going there to the UK. When I was coming back home, I didn't actually have to go to Paris. So I've been to France, so that's my very first time going to France. It's actually on a layover. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see much of it. I'd like to go to Paris again. What's weird is Paris is essentially one of 3 cities, technically, well, I guess arguably 2 or 3 cities that I've been to that I've never really, or 3 or 4, depending on how you look at it, I've never really, that I've been to, but I've never really, that I've flown to or had a layover in, but I've never really, outside the layovers, I've never really been to the city, outside the layovers, I should say. Houston is one other city, but I've driven through Houston before. Back in 2010 when I went to Galveston, Texas for spring break. So I've never actually stayed in Houston for vacation, but every time I've been, I've either driven through or I've had a layover to go somewhere. So Atlanta is another one. I always go if I'm heading to Europe. I'll always go through either Chicago or Atlanta. And I've had a couple of vacations in Chicago actually. The first was, I believe, in 2004 or 2005. And the next one was in 2015 or 2016. No, I think it was 24. It was 2014 because I don't remember how long. I don't remember much of the vacation in the first time around to Chicago, other than taking this ferry ride when it was in the middle of a storm. The second time I went to see a Cubs game, and that was in 2015. All of the times in Chicago I've flown through. So Atlanta, back to Atlanta. I've never, like every time I've been to Atlanta, I've actually had a layover there when I was going to Europe or Trinidad and Tobago or to Orlando or somewhere on the East Coast. So, yeah. And then the only other place I can think of, other than Paris and Atlanta and Houston, is this one time I went to Barbados when I was a kid. But we had a layover. The reason we went to Barbados is because I was going to Trinidad and Tobago. And we had a layover in Bridgetown, Barbados. So outside of that, I haven't been to Barbados before since. I'm not doing well. Yeah, at least more damage wasn't done there. That's good. Come on. So yeah, this is about to be it. Race in Sardinia now. Let's do the Monte d'Alla reverse. Take a drink now. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, another place I've had a layover in. I totally don't remember because I was a little kid. I was basically taller. So it's the first time I went to the Netherlands. I was like a couple months old or a couple of years old, around that age. And I had a layover in Brussels, Belgium. And I went to the Netherlands. So, yeah. Well, I've completed this race before. Cool. Well, I'd like to check out my stats, see how far I've driven. in this game. I like to go to all the places and featured in this game. So I've actually been to, like, I know part of this takes place in one of the several of the courses take place in Spain. I've been to Spain, but I don't think I've been to where some of the rallies have been held. I've been to France, as I've just mentioned, and I've been to Australia 12 years ago this summer. So sometime between last month and August will mark 12 years since I've been to Australia. I spent 2 weeks in Australia. And I wish I could have seen a National Rugby League game and an Australian rules football game when I was in Australia. That would have been fantastic. But I didn't get into rugby and Australian rules football till years later. In the National Rugby League, I support the Rabbitohs and the Brisbane Broncos. And in Australian rules football, I support the three teams I like are Greater West Sydney Giants, the Sydney Swans, and then my absolute favorite team is Brisbane Lions. So I have a Brisbane Lions jersey actually that, excuse me, doesn't fit at all. I mean, it's too small for me, so. Like, I lost like 60 pounds last year, but since I actually went on vacation, need to get back on my diet to lose a bit more weight. Start walking again more often and every day. Which I did do a lot of walking in England, so that's good, but I also did a lot of eating as well. I also liked visiting some of the museums. I went to the Natural History Museum, and I loved learning about prehistoric life. So that was a really fun thing to do. I don't think of what else I did. I took a bus tour, boat tour. Oh, another thing I liked is I got to see I believe it's called Stratford Bridge, but it's it's the stadium where Chelsea FC plays. And they're my favorite English team. So I was able to see their stadium there. I went to Madame Tussauds, but unfortunately some of the pictures I'd taken, I may have accidentally deleted, so I wasn't able to upload all of them into into the video. I put all of them into the video. I made that's on my channel. So, yeah. See, what else did I enjoy? I went to I believe the British History Museum. I went to some sort of science, I don't remember the exact name of it, but it's like right next door to the Natural History Museum in London, or Westminster, and it was interesting, um, but science isn't, outside of like, I love learning about life, like prehistoric life and current life, and geology, and astronomy and astrobiology. But outside of that, I wasn't very interested. Um, Not that I know any much about the sciences that I mentioned. So yeah. It was fun though Don't get me wrong. I went to a gaming VR that I had a lot of fun there doing that because if you've been watching my channel long enough, you know that I'm a huge gamer. So that's another thing I thoroughly enjoyed. If you ever have the chance to go to London, you should definitely take it. I wanted to go to a Premiership rugby game, but unfortunately I couldn't due to uh, the fact that the COVID pandemic is going on, and I think they're only giving away tickets for the season ticket holders. And since I don't live in London, I live in the U.S. I don't see any point in holding season tickets. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to go. I think had the COVID-19 pandemic ended much earlier, or had it not happened at all, uh, I probably would have gone to the Premiership rugby game. Remember in Spain, I went to a La Liga game. I thoroughly enjoyed that. It was Real Madrid versus CD Osasuna, and I believe Real Madrid beat Osasuna 2-0. If I can remember correctly, they did. They had scored like 3 goals in that game, but one of them was ruled. Uh, one of the goals was overturned due to VAR. I mean, not VR. So yeah, because I think it was an offsides. That was, from what I can remember, that was probably my favorite thing in Spain. I did go to Gibraltar, and I love Gibraltar. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do much there because I had gotten sick on sometime between my first, the day I arrived and the third day, because I got really bad food poisoning. I had went to they had a Mexican restaurant there, and some of it wasn't really cooked as well as it should have been, and so I got sick, which stinks. Because the food was good, it tasted good, but my guess is that it wasn't cooked properly. I did go to a beach in Malaga. I went to Madrid. Been to a couple places besides Malaga and Madrid. But that was just because I went to Gibraltar. I took a day tour in Gibraltar, which I think we had to get up at like 6 or 7, and then when we came home, I don't remember how late we were, how late it was, but it was pretty late. So I went to the La Liga game actually the day I arrived in Spain. So I arrived there, we checked into the hotel. I slept for a few hours, and then I went to the game. I was saying La Liga 5 times fast. I know I couldn't do it. La Liga, La Liga, La Liga, La Liga, you see, I couldn't. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. I'm really rusty at this game. It's been like a month or two since I played it. And this was one of those games I was never very good at to begin with. Which stinks. I'd like to go to Sardinia. The one thing I hated about England, though, is no matter where I stayed, the beds were smaller. The beds were smaller than they are here in America. So I slept pretty good, but I always woke up with a hurt neck because of the way I was sleeping. Alright, just over 2,000 meters left. I think I'm gonna hop off after this race. Yeah, I'm gonna hop off after this race. I'm gonna check my stats, see if I can check my stats after this race. And then, after that, just end the stream. Yeah, there's no way I'm setting in a new best time on this map for myself. I'm too far behind my previous time. Just over 1,000 meters left. Wonder how many feet are in a meter. Shoot, that's not good. We have a minute 48 penalty time. In addition to whatever time we finish, so. Chances are I'm finishing in last. That's fine. Not gonna be good at every game I play. I just want to have fun playing this. And yes, we have finished. Alright, even with the penalty time, we still wouldn't have finished anything above last. So yeah. Yes, I want to quit this game mode. Instagram. Nightbot, pull up the link to that. Excuse me. Huh. No. Huh. I guess we can't check our stats. That stinks. Oh well. Thanks for watching, y'all, and